Hi guys. So I decided to do something a little bit differently this week. I've been watching some videos and kind of came to the realization that some of my past videos that I did that I labeled plan with me were really just decorating with me. They weren't necessarily going through my plan and what I do and my process and so on and so forth. And yes, this can be a little bit personal because you're really delving into somebody's life and kind of seeing what they're doing to plan. But the reality is on YouTube, that's kind of a little bit of what it's about. Is you get to sit at home in the comfort of your home and you get to kind of privately have a sneak peek into somebody else's life. And the whole purpose for me for being part of the planner community is, to do stuff to help other people and to make their process easier. Maybe they can glean from something I did to help them come up with a better plan that works a little better for them. So with that being said, get some coffee because in order for me to do a proper plan with me, it takes a little bit of time. And here's why. So what it looks like for me is generally on Sunday, which that's what today is. It's not the day that this video will be posted, but it is Sunday. I will pull out the planners that I need to do some planning in for the week in, and I will kind of do stuff, to plan out my life for that next week. Now, that can look very different from week to week. It just depends. The one thing I will not be pulling out today, because truly it's just a separate video that would just take too long to do, is my financial planner. I have a financial planner. I've done a video on it a couple of times and deleted the video because one, it for me just seemed too confusing or whatever. But I need to kind of maybe set up like an outline to make it so it's not so confusing, so you guys can understand how I do my financial planning, which is definitely different than how some others do it. So with that being said, my everyday carry, you guys have seen videos on this before. My everyday carry is my Inno Blue Ostrich. This is from Vanderspec. Currently right now, quite a few of my planners are Vanderspec, and mostly that's just because they have color. And with having, I'm somebody that I like bright colors, I like pretty colors, and I'm just not into the browns and blacks and reds. Those are very classic and they are beautiful, and some people, I know that that's their thing and that's great. It's just not my thing. My thing is bright, bold, and beautiful, and so you will see a lot of my planners as I show you, they have a lot of bright colors. So anyway, with that being said, this isn't a planner flip, this is a plan with me. So what I do a lot of times in my plan with me's is I will just flip to my monthly. I will say I am not great at putting, I mostly put like doctor's appointments and such in my monthly. I'm not super great at putting things in here. I mean, and you'll see it's like I barely use them. I use my weeklies more than anything, but I do use my monthlies a lot more for forward planning than anything else. So like you'll see doctor's appointments, I pretty much have like one every month because again, we've talked about my chronic disease issues. So I will just make sure that any appointments that are in here get forwarded to here or vice versa. So that's the first thing that I'm gonna do is just double check. So I have the 19th, I just check to make sure I have the same time written down on both days. on the 19th, and I do. So this is a new doctor that I'm going to be seeing. So that's there. Now, I do know that I put in an appointment on the 28th, and so I am going to put that in here. I used to have a multi-pen in here, but I really was finding that with the multi-pen, I was literally only using one color. So I've just decided to just stick to one color pen. So I'm just sticking to black. And so the 28th, Jamie at 10:30. So literally I just keep it simple. My handwriting's kind of big. So I'm just gonna write that in my monthly so that I have it and we're good to go. So, and that's for next week. Okay, so I did already put the dates in here. Sometimes I don't have that ahead of time. You will see, let's see, let me just go ahead. Like sometimes I decorate it, but I haven't actually gotten the dates in some of these yet, so I need to do that. I don't know why I skipped a page, but anyway, I seem to do that quite a bit. So, so there you go. So these are sticker kits from my daughter's Etsy shop. I was kind of doing these to just show some monotone themes ahead of time. So that's what that is. So, okay. So usually for me, how I do it is I like to have 2 columns. I have 1 column for my home planning and 1 column for work. I do usually write that in. Let's see. I don't know if this one will. I just got these new, my birthday was last week, and I got these new Tombow markers. So let's just, I don't know if this will be bright enough, but let's see if it is. So I'm just gonna write home. Nah, it's not bright enough. Okay. I'll just use a dark purple one. That's fine. I probably should have used the same one as this, but these are those like glaze pens, and I don't know. I'm not a huge fan. Like, I like them sometimes. I do. I like the effect that they make. Let's see if you can see it. Probably not, but they sort of are a little glossy, and it is kind of cool, but like you can see sometimes when I write with them, they just sort of like glob and they don't really define, especially for me with my handwriting. My handwriting is terrible, but whatever. And so then currently right now, and I'm probably going to change what I actually use these boxes for here, but currently right now I'm using these boxes to track the weather. Sometimes I do really great with it and sometimes not. And I'm literally just doodling the weather day in. My daughter is going to make me some weather icon stickers, and so I can have those, but they're not done yet, so that's all right. I will just doodle them. So currently right now I'm tracking the weather. That's because we are planning a move. I'm sorry, I keep checking just to make sure you guys can see. We are planning a move, and I just kind of wanted to be able to reference what the weather was like here when we go. But okay. So home, work, and weather. I do have my meals sticker that I use. And so recently, I have been bad, super bad about taking my medication on time. So I'm gonna actually do some like little trackers up here so that I can get on the ball and not constantly forget that I need to take my meds, because like I said, I have been bad. So let's see, where is that sticker? This, or stamp, I should say, not sticker. I could use stickers. I just, thinking. No, I'm going to use this. See, this is another reason why I have not done a plan with me, because I'm a bit of a head case when I'm planning. So just, you know, I'm like, oh, I don't know. Should I do this? Should I not? So this is just a stamp. I'm trying to think of the company. Hang on, I can tell you in a second. Atelier Dreams. She does a bunch of like really good, like these stick-on stamps. So I actually use Versa Magic chalk ink, and I mean, you don't have to. This is just what I have readily available sitting over here that I use. I have some darker ones that are kind of more like archival, but I do tend to notice that they don't necessarily bleed through, but they will for sure like ghost a lot. So I just prefer these for that reason. So I'm not perfect. Actually, I'm very awful with placing stamps, to be totally truthful. So boom, I just done. Okay, so it didn't come out great, but I don't care. It's a planner. It's not going to be perfect. This isn't about being perfect. It's about being functional. So it's just something to kind of keep in mind. It's nice to have pretty things, and it is, you know, nice. I know we all have our own level of wanting to be perfect, but yeah, whatever. I just have had to learn that some things I just have to let go. Okay. So I'm gonna let that dry for a minute, and somewhere, okay, well, it's not in here, but I do need those stickers. Just trying to find my other stickers that I would use. And I guess that must be in one of my sticker books. So this is all I'm currently using for sticker books right now. This is just like a cheapy little, like I guess photo album that you would buy at like Walmart, or actually I think I got them at the Dollar Tree or something for $1, which I know I'm pretty positive I did, because I was like, oh cool. There we go. So I just use one of these, and my machine, well, it was my own fault. You can see they're really wonky. I hadn't calibrated it, and so yeah, let's just say they're way off, but oh well, I'm using them anyway because I'm not gonna waste. So I will finish using those up, and then I'll do it again. I've already calibrated it, so it's good now. So what I do is I just put my little RX sticker there, and then I'm just gonna plunk in AM and PM meds so that I know to check them off or fill them in. So AM meds, PM meds. And again, this is just because I've been a complete head case and I have not been taking my medicine the way I should, and it's really not good for me. It's makes me very ill. So anyway, so I definitely need to make sure I'm staying on top of that. So also for me, something else that I do is I plan out my food for the week right now. I am on a specific diet called the Wild 30. Very, very similar to Whole 30, if you guys have heard about that. But this one is done by Abel James, and I don't know, he was on some TV show thingy for people losing weight. And I'm just getting a wipe here to wipe my stamp off. And he came up with this plan, and I've done it before and it worked. Now, with me being sick and my adrenals and metabolism not working, I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm giving it a shot. So I've been super cranky because it's pretty much no carbs. And so with no carbs, I'm like a bear, but I'll get over it. So, okay. So another thing that I do every single week is I water my little plants that I have here, and I have to remind myself or I will kill the poor little things, and it's very sad. So I do that on Fridays. So I literally just have a little sticker to remind me that I have to do that, and I place that in my home category. Now, as you can see, I'm going to have quite a bit of sticker here on Friday, but I don't usually have super busy Fridays, so for me, that's okay. Another thing that I do just as a reminder to myself, because I do try to go to this planner every single day and look at it and try and, kind of process what do I absolutely have to do, what appointments do I have, so on and so forth. For my real estate business, I make sure that I'm going through all of my clients every day, and I make sure that I'm going through and seeing if any homes that they're looking for come up. So I put this little computer, so I always do it on Monday. I try to do it 3 days a week. So I'm just gonna use different colors because I wanna. Monday, Wednesday, and on Friday. So boom, that just reminds me that those are things that I need to make sure that I'm doing. And I try and be very diligent about keeping up with those few things every single week. Okay, so I have that. So with my food plan, that involves another planner. Haha, surprise! So the other planner that it involves, and let me just check and make sure we're on screen here. So I'm gonna put this over here and put that with that, and I'm gonna open this up. Okay, so this is my wellness planner, and in my wellness planner, I am planning out my meals. I have like a meal planner. I do both a weekly, I'm just gonna get to this week. So I do both a weekly and then I do a daily, okay? So in my weekly, so this is this week, and this is what I have to update. Oops. So I always just bring these together and I say, okay. So I planned out spaghetti and meatballs, sloppy Sammys, and pork chops on Wednesday. So then Thursday is marinated chicken. Ooh, I have to write very small on this. We'll just write chick. And then Friday is taco salad. Saturday is beef tenderloin. And stuffed peppers on Sunday, which my youngest son is going to cry because he hates stuffed peppers. But I make him eat them anyway because I'm a terrible, awful mother and he needs something to go to therapy for. Okay, so here we are. So I've written out my weekly meals based on what I already pre-planned. The thing that's really, really nice about this insert, I will show you. Let me move this out of the way because having all my planners here, my little pot is getting whacked. Okay. So she has, and this is, I always mess it up because there's so many shops with a similar name, but Printable for Planners. And she has, like, her meal plan is the weekly and the daily, I don't remember if she had another one. I added a shopping list from Jasenia, but anyway, so that's that. But I do put the shopping list here because this is the one that I just kind of am processing out, so that I'm like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. And so with that process, then I will take these and I go over to this shopping list, and this is literally like what I'm taking with me when I go shopping. So as you can see, the ones that I got, I highlighted. I bring a highlighter with me and I highlighted them. And so those two things are on the list, and I just keep carrying this over. Like, I bring the same one, so I'm not wasting it. You can do whatever you want, but that's just what I do. So what, this is my week. Okay. So I've planned that out. So, and I've put that in here. So, you know, I know more specifically. Now, the one thing that I really need to make sure that I do is I need to make sure that if on these foods, or you'll see my dailies, if any of these things require me to go to the store on a certain day to pick something up for cooking, I need to make sure that I do that. So I have to put that in a plan. Or say I'm cooking marinated chicken on Thursday and I don't have any chicken, I'm going to get to Thursday and be like, oh great, I have no chicken. And so I'm either one, gonna have to make something else, or two, run to the store at the last minute and be grumpy about it. So I need to plan ahead of time because my brain, that's just how it works. So, okay. So this was yesterday. This is today. And so what I'm gonna do now for my food plan is I'm going to look and see on my dailies, is there anything that I need to grab? This is today. I already have all of this stuff, so I don't need that. So basically what I'm going to do is I go through, check and see on the days ahead, are there things that I need to do? And I write it in my main planner so that I know I need to go shopping that day to pick up whatever. Okay, so let's do it. So, burger burrito. I'm gonna need lettuce for this day for sure. So, I'm gonna just, you know what? I'm gonna just write it on the list. It doesn't really matter what I do. I'm just gonna write it on here because I already have this list started. So I'm just gonna write lettuce. So I know I have to pick up lettuce. And this pen and me have not been getting along lately. I need to put a new refill in it. It's brand new, but like this one almost never skips. And now they say that it's gonna. I think it's the paper. It's a shiny paper and it seems to skip on the paper. But okay. All right. So I have everything I need for that. I need the lettuce for that, and I have what I need for that. So then let me just make sure you guys are here. So Sloppy Joe's. Basically that's what this is. The boys will be getting a Sloppy Joe, and essentially my daughter and I will eat, we'll just eat it with a lettuce, like a lettuce wrap instead of a burger bun. Pretty sure I have everything for that smoothie. Bacon scramble. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna need more avocados, and I will need cauliflower. Okay. So avocado and cauliflower. All right. And I love how I never spell it the same twice. Zucchini. Nope, I have that on there. Good. Okay. I need chicken because I already used up all my chicken. All right. What's next? I have that. Yes, asparagus. I'll need asparagus. My handwriting is awful. Oh well. Have that. I have the nori, and I'll need peppers. Okay, so that should be everything that I would need. And so it really, I'm just trying to think, like this one, I'll need the cauliflower for Friday, asparagus for Saturday, Thursday. I'm just trying to think of like, when can I get away with going? So I think, I don't think I really have to go till Tuesday. I think I'll have everything that I need up until Tuesday practically. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put, and actually that works out good because I have a doctor's appointment in town on Tuesday. So that's perfect. So I'll just do, I just make a little square and I say food shop. Make it simple. Okay, and so then I know I have a list that's already made and I have that in there. Sometimes I'll put kind of like a brief little to-do for like quick things that I know I'm gonna have to, you know, do or take care of this week over here. But I will show you, I've stopped using this quite so much for a to-do list, and more just for kind of jotting down things that I need to jot down that don't fit in here throughout the week. And it just depends. Like, see, some of these are to-do lists from the past. Sometimes I don't use it at all. Like, it just ends up being super blank. So it just depends, because I'll show you why. But so that's that. So appointment wise, I'm pretty good next week so far. As a realtor, that's always subject to change. I could, you know, suddenly have like a whole bunch of appointments that I need to take care of. I am waiting for my taxes to be finished, so who knows, you know, I may end up needing to run and pick those up and file a bunch of things. So this coming week actually is like, not too bad. I'm feeling kind of good about it. So like I might actually get some stuff done. So that is a majority of how I start my week. And make sure that I'm set up for the things that I need to do. And then let's move, so we'll move on to the next thing. So this is sort of, like I said, my daily. If there's something that comes up that I know I'm gonna need to put in here, I will come back to it and add it, okay? So that's that. Now, so like I said, I plan my food right now ahead of time, and mostly I'm doing that because I'm on that special diet and it's just easier for me. I'm finding if I don't plan it, then I'm not gonna follow through and eat what I know I'm supposed to eat, and I'm gonna end up eating chips and salsa and just crap. So I need to be better about that. So yes, so there's that. Okay, so I'm trying to think in here. I don't have anything else because I do use this one daily, you know, for like my fitness. I track like my fitness stuff. And I've done a full video on this. I track, you know, monthly things that I need to remember, my social media plans. Trying to think, do I have to really plan anything out for this coming? No, I have everything pretty much planned for that. My mood tracker is pretty much all set up. So for the most part, I just kind of come to this daily and fill out the stuff that I need to fill out and call it good. So we are good with this planner, and let's move on to the next one. And you guys are like, oh my word, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, so this is my next one, and let me just get some of this other stuff out of the way. So this is my, for some of you that may or may not know, may or may not care, but I am a Christian, and I try and faithfully stick to another, for me, it's sort of a part of my wellness as well, is spending time with God in His Word, and I need to be accountable for that. So, to do that, I'm currently using a Cousin, and this is a Brahmin cover. I'm pretty sure I've never showed you guys this before. I don't know. But I had the Hobonichi Cousin cut down just a tad. Like, I'm trying to think, how did I cut it down? I think it was the top. Pretty sure that I literally just cut a tiny bit off the top so that it actually would slide in here. So like they took an equal amount off the top and bottom so that it would actually fit. And I mean, as you can see, it didn't affect anything. Like I still have full capability of everything that I needed. So, so I've done that. And so this is what I do for my weekly, in my Cousin. So, very simple. I don't use the monthlies. So monthlies right now are, for my daughter and I have been working on sticker kits. So like we're using it, for like measuring out stickers and stuff like that, but that's it. I use the weekly and I use the daily. And so the weekly part, as you can see, and let me just flip ahead. This is actually next week. So I'm good for next week. I don't technically have to plan, but I do like to try and, because I don't have many weeks ahead, I like to at least write out at least 1 week, if not 2 weeks every week, so that I know that I'm always staying ahead. So what I do is I have my iPad, and let's see, where are we? I think here. Yes. So with my iPad, I'm using this through Ligonier Ministries. Table Talk Magazine has the Bible in year 2019. Could I print this out and just check it off? I could, but I just wouldn't feel quite as accountable as I am doing it the way I am. So that's why I do it. Okay, so currently, so this is next week. So really what I need to do is go to where I left off, which for me is, and this is always a little daunting. Oh, okay, there it is. So basically what I'm doing is just kind of, I don't know if you guys can see it, I'm literally just like looking at where am I here and where did I land here. So 2 Samuel 8-9, so that's here. So really what I do, because I don't always remember, is I count how many 2 Samuels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that'll be 6 days. So on this page, let me make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. I'll do it like that. So on here, because there's literally, I have 6 more 2 Samuels to get through, I am gonna just go ahead and mark box. I just do boxes, and you guys, if you do this, like, you could do it whatever way works best for you. This is just what works for me, just to give you ideas. I just mark my boxes, and I don't use a ruler, I just put it in there. So 6 of them are 2 Samuel. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, count with me, 5, and 6. And then the next one is going to be Job. Okay. So then what I do is underneath each one, I will just write, I'll just write, you know, the actual numbers of the verses. So the last one was 8 through 9. So this one is 10 through 12, 14, 15 through 16, 17 through 20, 21 through 22, 23, 24, and then Job is, oh wait a minute, is it Job? Did I jump ahead? Yeah, it's not Job. Ha ha ha. My bad, because I'm not fully paying attention since I'm trying to do the video. That's what whiteout's for, folks. When you screw up, you just white it out. Okay. All right. So hang on. Let me go through. So 2 Samuel, and then I'm going to 1 Kings is what I'm doing. 1 Kings, and it's 1 through 2. Okay. That's fine. No big deal. I mean, it happens, like I said before. Sorry if you couldn't see that. So yeah, so I literally just write it out like that. So in this Bible plan, I do a Old Testament every day and a New Testament every day. So, just trying to do this so you guys can see. So then, let me open this up. Sorry, I'm kind of all over the place. That's why I haven't done a plan with me, because I'm a head case. Okay, so with my 2 Samuel 10 through 12, I am still in Luke for the same amount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 7. Yeah, 6. Okay. So I'm going to do my squares. Ooh, that was not a pretty square. And Luke, I am your father. Sorry, can't help myself. My kids have been on a Star Wars kick. And I have been needing to endure Star Wars every day, which, I mean, you know, there's worse things that I would have to be enduring, I guess. And then actually Luke again. So 1928, this is where I have to like really pay attention, folks. 28 through 48. 21 through 26, 20, where am I? 27 through 47. Oh my goodness. Oh, this one's easy. 21, boom. 22, 1 through 30, 22, 31 through 53, and then 22, 54 through 71. So there you have it. I'm just going to do 1 week because this is kind of boring for you guys to sit here and watch me do this. But so that's what I do for there. Then every single day, and I don't have to do anything for this, but I say every day, but I have missed a few here and there. But for the most part, every day that I read, I do a mini reflection on the day of the Old Testament and the New Testament. And I literally just write what I learned, what I gleaned, what I thought was interesting, what the Lord showed me, whatever. As you can see, I don't really decorate this. It pretty much is just complete functional, and that's okay. I don't need to decorate everything. I have a little peonies papery bow at the top, and I made my own pen clip right there. So, and actually I did make one of these thingamabobbers and it was too small. So I said, heck with it. I'm gonna just use it like that. So, okay, so that's that. So that's that planner. Next. Okay, so this is my next thing. And I'm just trying to think. That's really it. Yes, other than my financial one, which I said, you know, I am not going to go through that one today because it's a separate video all on its own, and this is long enough as it is. So this is my B6 Stayology, however you want to say it. You've seen my unboxing video on this. This is a Vanderspec. This is an Ostrich X. Absolutely adore this cover. Because the ostrich is so beautiful. Now, and I'll do like a whole separate video on just the planner and kind of go through details and the things that I love and the things that bug me, but that's another video. So this one, as you can see, so I literally use this for everything. So this is my brain dump. This is my major lists. This is things I need to buy. This is like this was me going through my planners and what I needed to put in them. I do a monthly every month. Like I said, I do lists. I do pen tests. Just everything. It's sort of kind of like a mini junk journal in a way, but not really sure this is something I'm going to keep in archive. I might throw it out. I might keep it. I don't know. So this is just something else that I have that I usually, you know, I will write in for my lists and the stuff that I know I need to do next week. There's some things in here from last week that I didn't get finished. So the ones that aren't highlighted are the ones that I didn't get finished. So what I do is I literally just move it on over. So I just write out to-do list. And I go back and I see, I did do that. And those aren't lists. So, all right, so I have homeowners quotes. I need new insurance. You guys can see that. I need to follow up on life insurance. I just gotta love insurance, right? Everything is so expensive. Get me going on that rant. I did do that. I need to finish my boys' homeschool plan for the end of the year. So, you know, these are things that are sometimes ongoing lists too, and they're not really something I want in my Hobonichi weeks. And the fact that, like you guys can see, I write kind of big. And sometimes in a week, let's see, sometimes I don't. Like March I haven't a ton. But sometimes in a week I could make a couple of lists. And if I'm making those couple of lists, then I really want the space to do it. And I just don't want it filling up in my Hobonichi, because if it's too busy, I literally will miss it. So I just, for my brain, I have to have the separation with my planners. And I know that for some people it's too much. If it's not all in one place, that's it, that they won't do it. But that's not how my brain works. So my brain is very much like, this goes in this box, this goes in this box, this goes in this box. And those boxes each need different homes. And if they don't have different homes, then it gets very confusing for me. And then I find that my planning completely falls by the wayside and I start forgetting things. So, and for me, that's super important because with my chronic disease, I baseline am forgetting things anyway. Really, that is what started cluing me in that I was sick, because that wasn't me. I was somebody that remembered everything. I remembered addresses and phone numbers and birthdays and all of that stuff. Stupid, teeny little details of things that you didn't need to remember, but I remembered them. But I don't anymore. And so because I don't have that clarity, I need to have a place where I can come and just truly focus and be like, okay, so I know I need to pull out my book that has my lists in it and I need to do this. And I need to go through my lists. I need to pull out my daily and I need to do this, and so on and so forth. And so that's just what I do. This is something for work I need to finish. And I think that's it currently. I am going to put food shopping on here because I just want to have it. And so for the most part, that's pretty much it. Like I said, I use this book for even for research stuff. Like I had a shopping list yesterday of things I needed to do. I still have some things that I need to get. Going shopping this afternoon. So my daughter's be like, Mom, I have that on my video. But anyway, so that's pretty much it. That's really what I do in a nutshell. I do also usually add, I'll go through my finance planner and I'll see if there's any pertinent bills and I have any specific days that I have to pay them. I will put that in my Hobonichi just so that I have an idea that I need to make sure I pay that bill. And, like I said, a lot of these things are just kind of little reminders for me to remember to do certain things. And then my big lists go in here, my big lists, my pen tests, my, right now, where is it? This page here is a page of things that I need to sell to fund another cover, which I've actually done most of it. I've sold most of the things that I needed to. I had a couple bags that I wasn't using that I sold. Let's see, I put pictures of planners that I had received and the little tape that they put on their book. So just all different things in here. And so that's it. So that is the last planner that I use, and that is pretty much how I plan my week. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask below, like and subscribe. And if you have any ideas or any other videos that you would like me to do, definitely let me know in the comment section. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.